Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the channel, and buckle up because we've got breaking news that's shaking the very foundations of the NFL. The Dallas Cowboys have just pulled off a blockbuster trade that's sending shockwaves through the league, igniting hope in the hearts of Cowboys Nation, and rewriting the script for the 2025 NFL season. In a move that no one saw coming, wide receiver Amari Cooper is returning to Dallas, reuniting with his former quarterback, Dak Prescott, and bringing back a spark that once set a T&T Stadium ablaze. This isn't just a trade, it's a homecoming, a bold statement, and a potential game-changer that could redefine the Cowboys' pursuit of that elusive Super Bowl trophy. So grab your popcorn, hit that subscribe button, and let's dive deep into every angle of this jaw-dropping development. Because this story is massive, emotional, and packed with implications for the future of America's team. Let's start with the bombshell itself. Early this morning, multiple league sources confirmed that the Cleveland Browns have agreed to trade Amari Cooper back to the Dallas Cowboys in a deal that's as symbolic as it is strategic. The trade package? A 2025 second-round draft pick, a conditional fourth-rounder, and some salary cap considerations to sweeten the pot. This isn't just a transaction, it's a seismic shift in the NFL landscape. For those who've followed the Cowboys over the years, this moment feels like a full-circle redemption arc. Back in 2018, Dallas made waves by acquiring Cooper from the Oakland Raiders in a high-profile trade that transformed their offense overnight. At the time, the Cowboys were struggling with a stagnant passing game, and Cooper, then a young, dynamic wideout, became the missing piece that unlocked Dak Prescott's potential and turned Dallas into a playoff contender. Fast forward to 2022, and in a move that still stings for many fans, the Cowboys traded Cooper to the Browns for what, in hindsight, feels like pennies on the dollar. Salary cap constraints and front office decisions led to that controversial departure, but today, it's clear the Cowboys are ready to right that wrong. So why now? Why is this reunion happening, and what does it mean for the Cowboys' 2025 season? Let's break it down. According to sources close to the organization, this trade has been in the works for months. Talks between Dallas and Cleveland reportedly heated up after the Browns made some bold moves in the 2025 NFL Draft, selecting two promising young wide receivers who signal a shift toward a younger, more cost-controlled offensive roster. For Cleveland, this opened the door to move a veteran like Cooper, who, at 30 years old, remains a polished, high IQ receiver, but no longer fits their long-term vision. Meanwhile, in Dallas, the Cowboys found themselves in a familiar spot, a talented roster with stars on both sides of the ball, but lacking that one critical piece, a dependable, cerebral wide receiver who can stretch defenses, command double coverage, and deliver in clutch moments. Sound familiar? That's Amari Cooper to a T. Let's talk about what Cooper brings to the table, because this isn't just about nostalgia, it's about elite talent. Last season in Cleveland, despite playing with inconsistent quarterback play, Cooper racked up over 1,100 receiving yards and 6 touchdowns. He was the Browns' most reliable pass catcher, a quiet leader in the locker room, and a master of his craft. His route running is surgical, his hands are glue, and his ability to make contested catches look effortless is the stuff of highlight reels. At 30, Cooper is still in his prime, showing no signs of slowing down. He's the kind of player who can dissect a defense with his football IQ, create separation with his deceptive speed, and give his quarterback a trusted target in high-pressure situations. For Dak Prescott, who's been vocal about wanting a reunion with his former teammate, this is a dream come true. Speaking of Dak, let's zoom in on the chemistry that makes this reunion so special. When Cooper first arrived in Dallas in 2018, he and Prescott formed an instant connection. Their on-field synergy was undeniable. Cooper's precise routes meshed perfectly with Dak's ability to read defenses and deliver accurate throws. Whether it was a deep bomb, a quick slant, or a red zone fade, Cooper was Prescott's go-to guy. Over the next few seasons, Cooper posted multiple 1,000-yard campaigns, earned Pro Bowl nods, and played a pivotal role in Prescott's development into one of the NFL's premier quarterbacks. Off the field, their bond grew even stronger. Prescott has often spoken about Cooper as more than just a teammate. He's called him a brother, a player he trusts implicitly. In a league where the quarterback-wide receiver relationship is built on timing, trust, and instinct, Dak and Amari had it all. And now, they're getting a second chance to pick up where they left off. And let's not forget the bigger picture. The Cowboys are loaded on both sides of the ball. Defensively, they've got playmakers like Micah Parsons, Trayvon Diggs, and a front seven that can wreak havoc. Offensively, they've got a franchise quarterback in Prescott, a dynamic running game, and an offensive line that's still one of the best in the business. But if there was one missing piece, it was that veteran receiver who could elevate the entire unit. Cooper fills that role perfectly. His ability to read coverages, adjust routes on the fly, and make plays in critical moments is exactly what Dallas needs to take the next step. This isn't just about adding talent. It's about adding a winner, a player who's been there, done that, and knows what it takes to compete at the highest level. Now, let's talk about the emotional weight of this move, because this isn't just a trade, it's a homecoming. When Cooper was traded away in 2022, it wasn't because of his performance. The guy was still putting up Pro Bowl numbers, still making defenders look silly, still being the consummate professional. The decision was purely financial, a cap-driven move that left a sour taste in the mouths of fans and players alike. Cooper himself has been open about his love for Dallas. In interviews over the years, he's spoken about his admiration for Prescott, his appreciation for the Cowboys organization, and his desire to finish what he started in Big D. He's talked about the energy of a T&T stadium, the passion of Cowboys Nation, and the unfinished business he feels after coming so close to a Super Bowl run. For Cooper, this isn't just a return to a former team, it's a chance to rewrite his legacy. Of course, no blockbuster move comes without questions. The skeptics are already out there, and they've got some valid points. Can Cooper stay healthy? He's been remarkably durable over the years, but injuries are always a concern for a 30-year-old receiver. Can he still separate from defenders like he used to? His tape from last season says yes, but Father Time spares no one. Was the trade price a second-round pick and a conditional fourth too steep for a player who's already been in the league for a decade? And perhaps the biggest question, is this move an overcorrection for a past mistake? After all, the Cowboys let Cooper go for a reason, and some will argue they're chasing a ghost by trying to recapture the magic of 2018-2021. But here's the counter, Cooper's production hasn't dropped off. His football IQ is as sharp as ever, and the chemistry with Prescott is real, proven, and ready to be reignited. For every skeptic, there's a believer who sees this as a low-risk, high-reward move that could push Dallas over the top. Let's talk about the NFC East, because this trade doesn't happen in a vacuum. The division is a gauntlet, one of the most competitive in the NFL. The Philadelphia Eagles are reloading with a high-powered offense and a defense that's only getting better. The Washington Commanders have a new quarterback and a fresh sense of optimism. The New York Giants? They're a wild card, capable of upsetting anyone on any given Sunday. But with this move, the Cowboys are sending a message. They're not just here to compete, they're here to dominate. Cooper's return gives them a weapon that no other team in the division can match. His presence will force defensive coordinators to rethink their game plans, open up the running game for Tony Pollard and company, and give Prescott the confidence to attack downfield. This isn't just a roster upgrade, it's a psychological boost for a team that's been knocking on the door of greatness. What's next? With training camp just weeks away, all eyes will turn to Oxnard, California, where the Cowboys will begin their preparations for the 2025 season. Cooper and Prescott will have a chance to rebuild their on-field rhythm, and if their past is any indication, it won't take long for the magic to return. Head coach Mike McCarthy, who's no stranger to high-stakes seasons, had this to say about the trade. This is the kind of move that energizes a building. Amari knows our system. knows our quarterback, and knows what it takes to win here. We're excited. Prescott, for his part, kept it short and sweet. Amari is not just a teammate, he's a brother. I'm ready to go to work. And Cooper himself? He took to social media with a simple, heartfelt message, back home. That's right, folks, Amari Cooper is back where he belongs, and the NFL is officially on notice. For the Cowboys, this trade is about more than just one player. It's about sending a message to the locker room, the fans, and the rest of the league. Dallas is going all in. They're not content with another wild card berth or another almost season. They want the Lombardi Trophy, and they believe Cooper can help get them there. From a strategic standpoint, this move checks all the boxes. It addresses a need, leverages existing chemistry, and adds a proven veteran to a young, talented roster. From an emotional standpoint, it's a love letter to Cowboys Nation, a reminder that the front office is listening, that they're willing to admit past mistakes, and that they're ready to do whatever it takes to bring a championship back to Dallas. As we look ahead to the 2025 season, the possibilities are endless. Imagine Cooper hauling in a game-winning touchdown in the playoffs, Prescott pumping his fist, and a TNT stadium erupting in a sea of blue and white. Imagine the Cowboys marching through the NFC, silencing their doubters, and finally breaking through to the Super Bowl. Is it too early to dream? Maybe. But with Amari Cooper back in the fold, those dreams feel a little closer to reality. This is a team with talent, heart, and now a reunited dynamic duo that could change everything. Defenses across the league should be very, very concerned, because a locked-in Amari Cooper isn't just a good receiver, he's a game changer, a season changer, and maybe, just maybe, a Super Bowl changer. Before we wrap up, let's take a moment to appreciate what this means for Cooper himself. This isn't just a professional move, it's personal. He's coming back to a city that embraced him, a quarterback who trusts him, and a fan base that never stopped loving him. His journey from Alabama star to Raiders prodigy, to Cowboys savior to Browns standout, and now back to Dallas, is a testament to his resilience, his talent, and his ability to rise above challenges. Cooper's legacy in Dallas was already secure, but now he has a chance to cement it. If he can help lead this team to a championship, his name will be etched in Cowboys lore alongside the greats, Michael Irvin, Drew Pearson, Dez Bryant. That's the kind of stakes we're talking about. So, where do we go from here? The Cowboys' 2025 journey is just getting started, and will be with you every step of the way. Expect more updates, exclusive interviews, and behind-the-scenes coverage as Cooper settles back into the fold and the team gears up for what promises to be an electrifying season. If you're as pumped as we are, make sure to smash that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss a single moment of this wild ride. Cowboys Nation, this is our time. Amari Cooper is back, Dak Prescott is ready, and the NFL is about to feel the full force of America's team. Welcome home, Amari. Let's go win a Super Bowl.